Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be looking at Ecomi, VeVe, and Quidd stuff. Now, of course, I have already posted a video, or at least I don't know if I have by now, because it's uploading, but I'm recording this while uploading. Of course, right now, currently the only price is 0.002466 on a low or down of 13%, where on a low of 0.002036 and a high of 0.002967. I think it's going to be really interesting to see if we actually dip into the ones. I think some of us are going to be really happy. Some people aren't going to be happy about that. But that's not what today's video is about, of course. Right now, we have been speaking about Quidd on Twitter. So if you don't follow me, I would definitely recommend that because I have already spoken about a lot of this stuff. We were actually looking at Quidd today with the licenses. And of course, they have shown off a number of licenses. So if you want to be kept something happening on this, make sure to subscribe and follow my Twitter handles at ZakiZoo. It's in every single video description. That said, Val, one of my homies from a while back, honestly, he has made a video. He's, I think, spoken with Trevor about this new Quidd stuff. Very awesome stuff. Glad to see him doing this thing. Let's jump straight into it.
All right, y'all. So before I share the video,
never thought I'd be reacting to one of Val's videos, bro. Bro, you're gonna be reacting to my videos at some point, I swear to you.
with you all, I just finished recording it and I realized I didn't really introduce Trevor. So if you don't know who Trevor is, he used to work for Riot. He worked on League of Legends, one of the League of Legends games. And
okay, Legends of Runeterra, bro. Come on, get with it, Val. To be very clear, I want to say now, Val and I have gone back years. Like, there's no beef or anything. Him, are homies.
Yeah, he comes from League of Legends, and he now works for VeVe. So this is who Trevor is. Also, he said that he would be more than happy to have an interview as long as we ask basically questions related to like the content creation and things like that. So stuff that is actually his job, stuff that he would know and be able to speak about. So if you have any content related questions and things like that, make sure you comment that down below so we can have an interview with Trevor and talk to him a little bit more about some of that stuff. So
Let's get to 1080
hopefully you enjoy the video. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another VeVe.
It's interesting to hear Val introduce himself like this. Like I say, I've known him as different aliases, I suppose, around the internet and stuff, so...
And Ecomi video, man. And in this one, this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. We actually talked to Trevor.
And actually, just a little bit more background. Val's actually one of the reasons, well, one of the main reasons why I even started up this channel. Literally advised me to start this up because he knew, well, he knows me from gaming and I'd be making gaming videos. I still make gaming videos. And he was like, yo, get on VeVe, get on Ecomi, take a look. And I was like, oh crap, let's have a look. And now we're here.
A little bit about what was going on. And yeah, I'm going to be showing you all the DMs. We're going to be looking through the DMs and seeing what Trevor had to say about some of this stuff. And yeah, just some of the things that's going on. Now, what you all need to understand going into it as well is that one thing that people don't consider, which Trevor does point out, is that they can't let their competitors know what's going on because their competitors is very much behind.
Yeah.
They give us a lot of information, but we're not the only ones watching. Their competitors are watching as well. And obviously, they don't want to continue giving their competitors ideas because, look, as you can see, Quidd is watching. Quidd is sending shots. And, I mean, when you're at the bottom, you got to do what.
Now, let's be very clear. When he's talking about Quidd sending shots, when someone asked about Toasty, when Toasty asked about Quidd essentially versus VeVe, and they went actual NFTs for a start. So I'm baffled that they wrote this. I thought they would delete it maybe or I mean, it's up to them. Anyway,
even the guy who founded Quidd, like, he left Quidd. So like, and people think that's going to be a challenge or a competition for VeVe. Even the guy who founded it knows that that's not going to be a challenge for VeVe. But we're going to be going into it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Before we jump into it, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications so you stay updated with everything going on. And yeah, let's get it. So, welcome to the DMs, where it go down at. All right, let's get it.
Hey, it's me. So I told you I was not lying. I told you.
So
some people will probably be like, you don't know, Mel. You don't know, Mel. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, no, I fucking do. I didn't realize that he was speaking with Trevor whilst I was chatting with him, though. That's kind of funny. I thought he was speaking with Trevor on a call, but no, apparently it was DMs.
Starts off, I showed him the video, this video here, where I showed him the video from Crypto Crayon, the homie. And I said this video has a lot of stuff that has a lot of people panicking and just want some insights into some of this, like how easy it would be for a company who bought Quidd to just turn all those assets into NFTs and compete with VeVe and stuff like this. Now, obviously, a lot of this stuff, as you know in my video, I already know the answers to a lot of the stuff that I ask him. I simply want it from him because it brings more credibility, obviously coming from someone who works at VeVe and who actually is in the space, as opposed to someone like me who just goes around.
Sorry, I just need to
due diligence and
fully read this. This video has a lot of stuff that has a lot of people panicking and just want some insight. So this looks like Crypto Crayons. I just wanted some insights into some of this, like how easy is it for the company who bought Quidd to just turn all those assets into NFTs and compete with VeVe, right? Okay, I see now. I see what he's asking.
So this is all stuff that I learned. This is stuff that he lives, and he's like, you know, like he's there. He's feet on the ground, making it happen. So yeah, let's get into it. He says, AR isn't special or differentiated. It's just a technology that pretty much anyone could implement. Pokemon Go made it mainstream 5 years ago. The way to win the market is to offer the best product and platform, which is what we are focused on doing. Now, this is a very good point that he made. Pokemon Go made augmented reality mainstream 5 years ago. There was a lot of projects after Pokemon Go, and that's true. Like people think that people are thinking that just because something's augmented reality is going to go crazy. Not much augmented reality has gone crazy since Pokemon Go. Like Pokemon Go was the beginning and the end of that augmented reality phase. As far as I know, and that's
as far as the hype is concerned.
If you haven't heard about it, the majority of people haven't heard about it. It's not nothing too big. Obviously, Crypto Crayon, I know that he's a fan of augmented reality, so he plays on a lot of the augmented reality apps. Me, like most people, I didn't know a lot of this augmented reality stuff even existed. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm still recovering, man.
Oh shoot! So I didn't know that was ill.
Bear with me. Your boy ain't gonna be able to talk as smooth as usual, but
bro, that's the thing, because I don't watch loads of other people's videos, mainly because I'm just trying to do my own thing. But I've realized a little bit that I like edit my videos a lot more than some people do. I like edit out a lot of my posts and stuff. No one else does that, it seems, or at least not everyone does that. But no, Val's been doing it this way for ages, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Then I talk fast too. I might have to just try to slow it down just to be calm and stuff. But
that's my issue. Anyway, I talk way too fast.
He also said the way to win a market is to offer the best product and platform. And a lot of people always talk about how they don't focus on the token holders. They focus only on the NFTs and stuff like that. They only focusing on the product. Like it's honestly stupid that people are investing in a company and think this way. Because you're investing your money in a company, meaning you believe in this company. You want them to take your money and do the best decisions that they can make with it so your money can go up and increase in value. Yet the thing that's going to increase your money and make it valuable, you don't want them to do that. You want them to placate you and make you happy and make you feel good. Like, that's a stupid mindset to have as an investor. If you're going to invest your money in something, this is why I say it's important to invest in people, because you can give them your money, shut up, and know that they're going to make that money.
Yeah. For real, if you're looking for a fast dopamine hit, then I mean, you can try Doge, try it, feel it out. It's up to you. But no, that's not Ecomi. Ecomi is like, it's so different. You're literally investing in a tech company. Tech companies take so freaking long. There's so many things behind tech companies. I mean, VeVe itself needs licenses for everything they do, pretty much. Licensing itself is the slowest process in business, or at least in business that I'm aware of, at least. Actually building the AR, making the app work properly, building it so that it's going to have robust systems so that when they do have even bigger IPs and more common drops going out often and often and often, once they have millions of users, there needs to be an actual service to run that, and that is what they're building. But no, everyone needs it to go a million miles an hour. Like, if that's what you're investing, look at what you're investing in. Like, I'm not a financial advisor, but just like look at it. Like, if you don't look at it and then like, you know, the price drops and you're wondering why, that's kind of your own fault.
All of them are very successful in their respective fields and have been for the last 2 decades. So I trust them with my money because they have proven over 20 years that they know what to do with their own money. So yeah, and that's just how you have to look at it. But then he said, and people are panicking because they don't know what's coming because we haven't been able to announce anything thanks to our license or agreements. As you all know, licensing, especially when it comes to the blockchain, isn't easy. You want to know how somebody can announce 350 licenses when it comes down to stickers? Because they're stickers. It's not announcing something big with the blockchain. With Bitcoin, some new Bitcoin scandal happening every freaking week, damn near, it looks like. Something happened with Bitcoin monthly, damn near. So, with this new Bitcoin and China thing going on right now, you think that people are happy to be announcing that their stuff is going on a blockchain right now? Especially these brands who don't realize this is still the future. Like they're just now getting warmed up to the idea that okay, this could be the future. Then another scandal hits them. It's like even though they see the potential, it's scary. So for these people who don't understand it, you have to think in that way. Like if you're like new school and stuff like that, you're like me. We know that it's the future. We get it. We understand it. But you got to think from the perspective of an old head. Like you trying to tell.
You're talking exactly how he talks on Discord, bro. Like this man's straight up the same guy. If you ever wonder what is he like off camera, he's the same he's the same dude. He's totally the same dude.
Tell somebody to stop using the CD player, and
the number of times Val and I have been in like in late night debates and stuff, and this is exactly how he talks. To be fair, I'm pretty much the same as well off camera too. To be fair, but
and you get him the iPod, get him the iPhone, like that transition. Nah, like even like come on now. So it's like I get it. The licensors, it's just a complicated thing. Then he said. There were always going to be competitors. Other companies chasing our lead means we're doing something right. Okay, he had to hit us with a quick flex right there. Other companies chasing that lead mean they doing something right on my mama. I said, I think the thing most concerning is any license you all could probably announce. Quidd already had years ago, and it still managed to flop. So with this, and that's the thing that was very that's the thing that I had to think over myself a little bit more. Because it wasn't the fact that I thought Quidd was going to be some competition. Because I knew straight off bat Quidd was just irrelevant. But the thing is, you can have 350 licenses.
This is what I've been saying. You can have all the tier 1 IPs in the world, but if you don't have a platform that actually does something with those IPs, then good luck. Like, there's no point in having Disney and every other popular, important IP if you don't have a product that's actually going to build to mass audiences. Like, and this is why I haven't been worried about Quidd. Like, they build stickers. Like, they've said in interviews, and I spoke about this on my video that's I've already posted about Quidd versus VeVe. They've only posted, like, they said in an article with, like, VentureBeat 4 years ago, I'm not kidding, 4 years ago, 2017, they said, oh yeah, we're looking at AR. 4 years later, I mean, and to be fair, maybe they will do AR. You know, this is not inherently bashing Quidd, although I do think their response to the VeVe thing was moronic, honestly. But like, what is special here? What is special about stickers? Are special from an IP point of view, but realistically, once they're gamified, etc., like Quidd, even with Mr. B shouting out and stuff, obviously as a promotion and stuff, is kind of irrelevant.
They'll flop. Like, that's scary because that means you can have the most powerful brands in the world and you still manage to fail.
Literally.
Then I had to remember, Al Khan was able to make just one brand work. Like, he was able to make Pokemon work. Then he was able to do it with Hello Kitty. Then he was able to do it with Yu-Gi-Oh! Then
it's about the product.
Turtles. Then he was able to do it with Cabbage Patch Kids. Then, like, and it just keeps going. So, like, that's when I had to stop worrying because he knows what to do with one brand. He knows what to do with he knows what to do with multiple brands. So obviously he knows what to do with all the brands that they have, as well as David Yu. So we have a different team than they have. We have a different team. And
that's what circles back to what Val was saying about investing in people. If you want to invest in a graph, by all means, go ahead. But if you want to invest in the people behind a project, that's exactly what Val's talking about. Like, the lead people behind this, Alfred Kahn, David Yu, like, those two specifically have been doing this. Like, they've been doing this way before Ecomi.
I have another upcoming video as well, and I'm going to really break down some of my ideas in that one. But yeah, so with this new company coming in, taking over, and making them NFTs People aren't sure what VeVe's secret sauce is. I noticed things like Quidd doesn't sell out, VeVe sells out in minutes. So there's definitely a clear difference, but it is enough to keep. But is it enough to keep hold of the top spot? He said it seems like Quidd was just too early to the market, which is true, and that goes to show you again. He said Quidd. It looks like Quidd was too early to the market. Look at VeVe's timing. They prepared. They held this thing back. They did. They spent years.
VeVe literally has more. And again, I'm not saying this against people who work at Quidd, right? Like I can separate a brand from the people who work there, because I used to work at the BBC. I can separate. You know, people come at me like, well, you work at the BBC. Well, for one, I'm not ashamed of that. But B, like, I literally, it was my first job. Like, what do you expect from me? But this is nothing about what I'm saying. Is this is nothing against Quidd. At the same time, they simply weren't. You know, how many licenses have they already announced, right? They have over 350 licenses. Well, look at VeVe. Like, VeVe literally hasn't announced more than like 20 or whatever. I don't know how many licenses but they've definitely released a lot less than Quidd have. And they especially don't like spout it the way that Quidd does. Like, Quidd's is on their first flipping description how many licenses they have. They have all these licenses, and yet they can't beat a platform that is emerging, that's newer than them, that they don't have the same clout, and VeVe doesn't even show all the licenses they have yet.
Preparing for this moment. Then when NFTs start blowing up, they like, okay, it's go time. They was ready. Like, they just flipped the switch, and like that, they were live. They were live, started releasing, and that goes to show you. That really goes to show you that timing is everything, and they were calculated. They knew that this time would come. And then once it finally came, they were predicting this time coming, and they waited patiently. You know how many? Like, imagine waiting years to do what they did. They was getting licenses. They had dope licenses. They was excited. I know they wanted to drop something, but it wasn't the time. They waited for the right time. They came, they dropped, and look at what's happening. So, yeah, timing is everything, and that's what VeVe has as well. Their decisions are insane. So he said, my hope is that our differentiation is quality bar and accessibility. We're investing in the highest quality NFTs that the market has ever seen, and we are trying to make getting into digital collectibles as easy and accessible as possible. So basically, quality. Quality is going to be their secret sauce. Quality and also
accessibility.
The fact that they're making
is
Disneyland.
important.
Like, so this is obviously me adding on, but they're going to be making Disneyland as opposed to just like
stickers.
Chuck E. Cheese. It's like,
all right, okay,
you got Chuck E. Cheese. It's cool. It's fun for a little bit. But then at the end of the day, after the pizza gone, like the entertainment is tired. They don't want to dance no more. It's time to send the kids home. But when it comes to Disneyland, now you trying to go right back tomorrow. Like, you trying to go right back. You don't want to really leave. It never really dies.
You want to be on the roller coasters for sure. And this is the other thing. And this is what I was actually speaking to a friend about, because like, he was new to NFTs. I was explaining what I'm doing with this huge channel and stuff. NFTs are simply right now. There's still, sorry, that's my Facebook. They're still somewhat seen as like blockchain scam, this, that, and the other, right? Now, there are many ways, and I know this having come from gaming back in 2012, 2011, 2013, etc., where now, like, it's cool to be a gamer. Now it's cool to be a streamer. Now it's cool to be on Twitch. Now Ninja did well, this, that, and the other, right? When I was like 13, 12, 14 making gaming videos, I was a nerd for that, right? Like, I have come from upcoming industries, and I see how adoption life cycles come. Now, realistically, VeVe, and it's not just VeVe, it's going to be the entire industry that has to take this leap. We're going to have to make it, and I say we, certain people within the industry who care about it, I guess, like myself even, are going to have to make it easy and understandable to buy NFTs, right? And what they've said from the beginning, from what I understand at least, is people who are the mainstream audience should not even have to understand what blockchain is. they shouldn't even have to understand what blockchain is. And it's the same way that when we're watching Twitch, YouTube, that we don't know what HTML5 player update we're watching on. No, we click on the video and we watch it. It's meant to be the same thing, and it somewhat is already. I see it in gaming. You know, when you buy, and those of you who aren't gamers won't know this, but when you buy, say for example, skins in Fortnite, say you buy a dance in Fortnite or whatever sort of digital item in Fortnite, or either Warzone or Valorant or League of Legends or any game, right? Probably Clash of Clans, whatever. In Fortnite, you buy V-Bucks. You don't buy a skin with $10. No, you buy a skin with 1,000 V-Bucks, which you pay $10 for. That's literally all that people really had to get down. But of course, NFTs sounds complicated. So once we get to that point where market adoption is more acceptable, and I have noticed that the younger generation, even people in my DMs who come from gaming who see that I'm doing this now, they're like, oh, I see what's happening here a little bit. You know, I've looked at this, I want to invest in this, or I want to buy this or whatever. And I'm like, this is literally how new technologies come up. Like, you have the early adopters, and then of course you have the teenagers, the kids, and the young adults. And obviously not just young adults, anyone can be an early adopter, but we all know that young people in general do pretty fast with tech. So
like, the ride's closed. Like, it's different. It's a whole different feeling. It's a different experience. So I mean, it's a different thing, man. Then I sent him a few of you all's messages, see what he had to say. I'm not sure if there's an answer, but there's a ton of questions and companies that Bart Quick is supposed to be a famous.
Come on, Val. I know he's ill, to be fair, and I didn't even know he was ill until I saw this video. So I hope you get better, Val. Obviously, but come on, Val. This man been on YouTube for time.
Company that bought, Quidd. I meant Quidd. I'm like, what the hell was I typing right here? The company that bought Quidd is supposed to be a famous NFT billion-dollar company. And that's when I had to think about, I was like, okay, they got some good points. And I had to think about who Al Khan was, because I had him fucked up for a minute. But yeah, he said, we signed the PR firm 2-ish weeks ago. They barely had a sprint's worth of time to work with us. This stuff takes time to do. So, as you can see, people were wondering about, like, one of the things in this message here was, I was under the impression he had signed a big public relations company. Yet
this annoys me. Well, yeah, it kind of annoys me. I suppose it's ignorant, so not all ignorance is necessarily bad intended, etc. Obviously, but oh my gosh, people do these people like. I suppose I have my thoughts and understandings on this based on the fact that I did work at BBC and I have done things since then within advertising, etc. Do we not realize that corporations take forever to do everything? Now, obviously, that's not going to fly within the industry. Obviously, they are going to have to do stuff. But as Trevor's saying, it was 2 weeks ago. Realistically, 2 weeks is okay. Like, realistically, even a month or two is fine. Obviously, eventually, people start asking reasonable questions. But realistically, now is the time that they're probably formulating their plans, their strategy, and they need to have time to do that, because at the end of the day, nothing so big is happening in the first 2 weeks that they can't take their time to figure stuff out. Like I say, if we end up waiting all summer for anything to happen, then that's a problem. But we not right now. We're not in the time to get really worried about anything. Like, from my perspective, having run advertising, being in marketing, etc., this stuff does take time. You have to be current with the times, but you can't expect everything to happen straight away.
We ain't advertised anywhere, and that's the thing. He said it takes time. One, it takes time, and also it's not the time to be advertising. That's also what I wanted to touch on. It's not the time to be advertising at all, because do you want to see VeVe everywhere? Because let me tell you what'll happen. If they start advertising, VeVe just blows up and you see it everywhere. What's going to happen is you're going to be super happy. You're going to be seeing it on TV. You're going to be seeing it in the Super Bowl commercials and stuff like that. You're going to be seeing it everywhere. It's going to blow up. The hype is going to be insane. And anytime somebody tries to use the app, it's actually going to just crash. And
this is literally what I just said, right? Like at the start or whatever, is they need to build the platform. They're doing that. They're expanding the team. But like everyone just wants everything straight away. And that's not how a business runs. Yes, you can hope for Doge to do well, or Shiba or whatever to do really well, you know, and whatever. But it's not the same thing.
And then it's going to get boring after a while. Like, after a while, it's going to get boring because the VeVeverse is not available. There's nothing outside of just buying collectibles. This is why This is why VeVe is going to win.
And this isn't the only reason, sorry to keep cutting off Val, but this isn't the only thing. Like, we still only have, like, they obviously, VeVe has a ton of licenses, but they haven't got a ton of content yet. Licensing and content are very different things. Licenses are what you use to bring out the content, right? You got to have the content so you don't get fucking sued, right? But having licenses doesn't mean you have the content yet. And they're working with AAA studios, but that takes time. Like, they don't even have all the product ready to market yet.
They have a full plan and they're patient. Because right now you're super excited in the project. You want it to just be where it's going to be. But that's not the best thing for VeVe for it to be where it's going to be. We need the VeVeverse. We need for the people who are using this project not to get bored with it. And let's be honest, children's attention span, like, they're going to get bored right now. They're going to get bored. Like, yeah, on drop day, it's a little bit more exciting, something new. But then after you done played with that or took a few pictures with it, did a few crazy poses, made a few dances, memes and stuff. Now the videos is going to do wonders for it because you can make all different types of videos every day. I think that could be like
huge.
That could be game changing. Like people sleeping on how big.
That's earned media. And a good example of that is Fortnite, right? Fortnite don't do any paid activations whatsoever, meaning they don't pay streamers anything to stream Fortnite. And I don't know if they ever have. They might have done once or twice, but they don't need to. Like, this is why when the Fortnite Black Hole event happened, which transitioned Fortnite from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, basically they literally just took the entire media for at least two, 3 days without having to pay for it, which is very important here. They didn't have to pay a dime. All the biggest streamers were streaming it. There were billions of impressions, literally, and they didn't pay a single dime. They literally, like, this was brilliant. They literally managed to get the world's attention, only for that small second, but still managed to get the world's attention without paying anything except for, of course, the server costs to obviously keep people going. But that's Fortnite anyway. Like, that's a running cost regardless.
The video section could be, because the second you start having somebody come out creating like movies, full ass movies with these NFTs and stuff, like with using the video editing features that VeVe is going to be releasing, it's going to be insane. That's going to start a whole new thing. That's going to have a whole new side to this community. So that by itself could really boost things and could make it so it's fun. But the VeVeverse and things like that, we need those things to keep the interest there. So people just want this to blow up quick and start getting it marketed and advertised and stuff like that. Right now, it's like, it's stupid to market and advertise it right now. People are basically saying, yo, lose me my money.
Yeah.
Market it and advertise it before it's ready, just so I don't keep looking at the price go down. So then it rises, and then it does not last for the 10-year span because you wanted everything now. So, yeah. He said, we're aware of the questions, but there's a lot of reasons why we can't say what we're doing, including, and here's a fun one no one seems to consider, not telling our competitors what we're doing. So, yeah, as you know, VeVe is being watched. As you see Quidd showing, Quidd is out here throwing shots at them, and Quidd is out here
living rent. VeVe Ecomi is living rent-free in, well, not everyone at Quidd, obviously, but, you know, in the sort of general logo or the brand at least. Yeah, Ecomi living in Quidd's head, rent flipping free.
They're basically throwing shots and talking about how, oh, our NFTs will be actual NFTs and stuff like that. And you know who that's targeted at. Yet they're like not really relevant at all. They already done fucked up their own project. And then, like, let's say it's a new company who bought it out now. But they're so far behind. It's like all they can really do is use the licenses that they have. Because what that company is not telling you, what Quidd is not telling you, is that they have 350 licenses right now. But all 350 of those licenses will not agree to have NFTs.
Yep.
All 350 of those licenses will not agree to it. And some of them might be in exclusive deals with VeVe already.
Yep.
So, if anything, they might be able to squeeze a NFT sticker out of the deal, but how valuable is that going to be? So, yeah,
and to be very clear, how valuable is that going to be compared in the market compared to a gamified NFT? How valuable is it going to be to have a Batman sticker versus Batman flying around your flipping garden? You know, having Batman and Superman fight it out in your garden. Obviously, that stuff is going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to take time. But this is literally VeVe versus Quidd right there.
Quidd overhypes and overpromises and trying to compete with a company that's been at this for the last 4 years. Like, come on now. You're trying to compete with, like they're talking as if they're superior or something simply off the licenses. That's why they have to oversell their licenses and over leverage their licenses. You see one company has to throw all their licenses in your face. Another company can hide the majority of their licenses. The other company
and still be more relevant.
All their licenses and still be more relevant.
Oh,
that's the difference. It's a difference in strategy. It's a difference in thinking, and this is why I believe in VeVe. This company has to show their entire hand just for us to be talking about them right now. VeVe is showing one finger, and it's blowing up. So yeah.
Also those Quidd collectibles are trash.
Oh no, that's not like. Oh, it's not. He said JK. We don't talk about that.
Bro, Bell was like, bro, he gave me such a good statement for the title. Like, he checked, I think, first and stuff, but he was like, bro, how am I going to title this? Like, Trevor straight up used the word trash. Like, Val, I know, and Val, he was gassed when that happened. I know he was.
I said, yeah, I definitely understand. I think realistically, the only concern anyone truly has outside of the impatient people not understanding it's a process is VeVe's plans and head start so good. One of the biggest billion-dollar NFT brands in the world still not able to catch up even after buying out Quidd. From my understanding, it shouldn't be that easy. I don't know all the details. From what I understand, even down to licensing stickers versus having permission to make it an NFT, all of that would have to come with new agreements, and some of their current licensors may not want to allow them to. Then they said, but the concern also, I think, is the fact that the parent company that bought them already has NFT licenses with over 350 brands, including Marvel, Disney, etc. So they may be able to go right past the license headaches. So, and I think that's one of the biggest concerns a lot of people have. Obviously, I know that it doesn't work like that, but that's one of the concerns people have. They like, oh, they already have these licenses. That means that they're already close to VeVe. He said, that's not how that works at all, which is probably the first misconception. I'm not on the licensing team, and I'm not going to reveal the process for licensing brands for NFTs, but rest assured, it's way harder and way slower than people can imagine.
Sorry, just so you know, while I was like looking down, I was checking on Val because I didn't realize that he was ill. Like, shoot. I'm not gonna reveal the process for licensing, but yeah, this is the thing. Like, licensing is just it's just a head. Like, being someone who used to work on Sherlock, like it's in Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, and stuff. Like, licensing is a headache.
So yeah, like
even me, I personally, I won't give like too much away, obviously, but like even me personally, it was difficult to like, because I was working on like promotional graphics for like Doctor Who and stuff back in the day, like back a few years ago. And even like I had to go through so many regulations, checkups to make sure that the Doctor Who the licensing team basically were happy with what I was, with what I was putting out. Every post that I put out had to be double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked, to check that they were happy with how I was representing the brand through the licensing team, etc. And that was me working at the company itself. That was as an internal person. So imagine working with an external company.
And when they say that licensing is slow, it's very, very slow. So renegotiating like 10 of these licenses could probably take a year. It could probably take a year to get 10 licenses, especially when it comes down to the blockchain type stuff and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not as easy as people think. That's why it takes time for us. We're ahead of the market. It'll take more time for anyone else. See? So he says, that's why it takes time for us. We're ahead of the market. It'll take more time for anyone else. So VeVe, he confirms that VeVe is still ahead. And yeah. So here's the last part. Here's a really spicy take to wrap this up. My job is to deliver value by developing more. higher quality collectibles around some of the biggest brands and IPs in the world, and delivering them in an immersive, high quality, continuously improving world. Confirming the biases and comforting the sad feels of short-sighted crypto bulls not delivering real value.
Ooh.
What he just said?
Just called you out.
He said he can make you money or he can make you feel good. He can't do both. Which one do you want? Shut up, sit down, and get rich with us. He ended like that. He just dropped the mic too. Yeah. So this is what Trevor said. I had to put my little Veil spin on that, like make that sound like that's what he was thinking. Like he had to say it a little bit nicer, but that's what he said. That's what we ended off at. So yeah, there we have it.
This is literally what we've been speaking about. Obviously, I don't even think I need to say it. Val's already making it well in this world, in the VeVe world. But make sure to subscribe to Val's channel, of course. It's awesome to see what he's doing now in VeVe, in Omi, in crypto and NFT space. Like I say, this man was in gaming for the longest with me. You know, he was the one who advised me, who got me into this space. You know, we were chatting on Discords, different times, different days over the past couple of months. He'd been working on it. I kind of looked at it. I got a bit interested, and now the channel's a thing. And yeah, no, for real, this guy is a legend. But yeah, definitely, like I say, subscribe to his channel. I've already spoken a lot about VeVe and Quidd. We already have a video up on this channel by now, most likely, which is like an hour long, which is me going through like Quidd's business model. It's going through like interviews or with like Quidd CEO, etc., speaking about stuff. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Of course, right now, let's have a look at the quick price. Honestly, watching Val's video, I've realized that maybe I don't have to cut out as much as I do. Because yeah, I do learn from people. You know, I learn from Val, I learn from many YouTubers. So currently the price obviously is the price. People can complain, but I think Trevor and obviously Val made it quite clear here, confirming the biases and comforting the sad feels of short-sighted crypto bills and internet trolls is not delivering real value. So hopefully you can understand that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Of course, if you want to be kept something happening, make sure to follow me on Twitter. As you can see, I'm in his DMs, although I don't feel good about being left on red. Actually, no, to be fair, that's left on unread, to be fair. But yeah, no, I appreciate you, Val. And thanks for letting me know that this was coming up beforehand. I literally clicked on this because he told me, you know, as soon as it happened, basically. Hence why it only has 32 views right now. Which, to be fair, people were quick on this. But yeah, appreciate you all. Take it easy. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video.